Welcome to Sebastian's Journey. Today I'm going to show you something about Prague, the capital of the Czech Republic. This is not movie pictures, but just still pictures, as I was visiting Prague before I started taking movies. So I hope you don't mind, and I hope you enjoy it. And Prague is a very, very beautiful city with lots of famous things to see, and really, really nice. And I would really recommend you to visit it if you have the time. One of the famous must-see things in Prague is the Charles Bridge. The Charles Bridge spans the river Vltava, and it was constructed in about 1350. It started and was finished something in the 15th century. So it took a while to build it, but it's really famous, and the one must thing you have to do when you're in Prague is to cross that river or that bridge over the river. And actually, I was twice in Prague, and in the first year, I was at the beginning of the bridge, but I forgot to cross it. It was like I came home and I was like, why did I forget it? Anyway, next year I was there again and I crossed the bridge, and it's really cool. You have to really come there in either early in the morning or late in the evening. Then it's better, because sometimes during the day there's so many people there, so many tourists, because it's on the main road between the old city and the castle. So be there in the morning or in the evening, then it's not that full. And if you're there in the middle of the day, beware of pocket theft. And there are a lot of people, or not a lot, but some people there that are not that good towards you. Anyway, there are some towers on both sides of the bridge. There's actually two towers on the castle side, and there's one tower on the old town side. And if you are going through that old town side tower, then actually you can go up there. There's a narrow door. You're going to miss it if you don't know it. You're going to miss it, but you can go up there and have a great view from above there. It costs a little bit of money, but not a lot. But you can go up there and have a great view of the city. Really nice. I really would recommend that. You also have a great view down on the bridge. This is really awesome. The other must-see is the Prague Castle. And there's a main road that goes from the Charles Bridge all the way up. It really goes high up to the main front entry of the castle. But I would advise you to take a little other tour, and don't go up there, but go up, come in kind of from the back to the royal gardens of the Prague Castle, actually, and there's a Queen Anne's summer palace there. And there is an entry there. There are no lines. You don't have to wait there, or at least I didn't have to wait there the two times I came there. And you have some back gardens that not a lot of people visit, but that actually already belong to the castle. So be prepared. Your bags get searched when you enter there, and they will also be searched at the front entrance of the castle, so it doesn't matter. And then you can go in there and you can relax that beautiful and really quiet garden that is kind of behind the castle, directly behind the castle, but not a lot of people come to that place. And then you can visit the castle, and you can visit the cathedral. You can the entry to all the areas is for free, but if you want to go inside of the cathedral or other buildings, you have to pay. Also in the castle is the famous Golden Lane. It's a very, very tiny street that is up there, and by day you have to pay to enter it, but at 6 in the evening or after that you can go in there for free. But be prepared, it's gonna be tremendously full. And honestly, I didn't think it was worth it going there. Well, I haven't paid, so that's okay, but even if I would have paid, I thought it's not worth that. There are small shops, really, really tiny houses with small shops in it, and a few, we can see how they lived quite some years ago, but honestly, it wasn't that beautiful. So then, I came back to the main castle, and around that castle there are lots of gardens. If you come into the back garden, you can go out through the front gardens. Kind of really a lot to see, and you could spend an enormous amount of time there, but it's really beautiful, and you will have a great view over the city. When you're at the castle and look down at the city to your right, you can see a hill. That's the Petrin Hill. I don't know how to spell that correctly in Czech, sorry. And there's a funicular going up there, and if you have public transportation, if you have tickets, you can, with that tickets, go up there. It's really fun, really do that. And there it's just, it's a park. It's sometimes it's quite steep, so you have to, I don't want you to go up, but rather go down then, and then walk down to all the trees, and there's a lot to see in that park, lots like little architectural or cultural or art things you can see there, and just go down and enjoy that walk through the park if you kind of like need a short rest from the very, very busy city. You will find some small art here, something here, some memorial here, some interesting thing to see there, and often really you should look up, because some things are not on ground level, but they're high up, like some guys hanging there. I don't know what they do there or why they put that, but it's art, so don't forget to look up. Also, some of the houses are really beautiful and have like small dams or other things that are really, really beautiful. And don't forget, like the small shop entrance that you find here and there, not in the main touristic areas, but if you just go to the next street, or just go a little bit away from where all the main tourists are going, you'll find really beautiful small shop entrances. You might not go in the shop, but if you like want to take pictures, that's really beautiful. In Prague, you'll find a lot of old and beautiful houses. Most of them really well renovated, really looking good. Some not that good, but it's really a joy to walk through that city and watch all that beautiful buildings. And that is really, really great, because in the Second World War, a lot of cities in Central Europe were destroyed through bombings and through fire, and sometimes through the German army at that time. But Prague was kind of spared from most destruction, so very little was damaged and not a lot damaged, and there's really a lot of old buildings you can see there. One of the few very, very modern buildings in Prague is the Dancing House. It was built in 1996, originally called Fred and Ginger, but no one is really using that. It's just called the Dancing House. And if you go there, if you've seen pictures before, you probably just think, wow, really nice. If you go there, you just realize there's cables from the tram everywhere around that house. One thing you definitely have to see when you're in the middle of the old city is the Prague astronomical clock. It's on the old town hall in the old town square, and it's like the place where everybody stands and watch it. So if you want to know where it is, just follow the masses, and where most people stand, there it is. The interesting thing is that it was installed in 1410. So 1410, that's really old, and that was the third oldest astronomical clock in the world, and it's the oldest one that is still in operation. So just walk around Prague with your eyes open and have a look out for interesting things like these old cars that I've seen there. Prague also has to offer a huge Jewish history, and a lot of synagogues still exist and are still in use there. So if you're interested in Jewish history in Europe, then definitely go there and see this. And in Prague there are lots of small gardens and parks that you can visit, and actually most of them are free. Just for some you have to pay a small entry fee, but it's really worth like leaving the main touristic roads and just explore the city. Just go somewhere, have a map, and then just go. And if you think there might be something interesting, just go there. In Prague you can also find really good food. There are some Prague or Czech specialities, and if you go up from the Charles Bridge to the castle, there are lots of more or less cheap restaurants that offer a full menu for a price. We're just wondering, how does that work? Don't do it. But there were other restaurants and other places where you get really good food. One of this is called Lavende. It's far, really far from the main touristic road, but I can advise you to go there if you're really looking for a good place with really good food. And one thing you definitely have to do is to visit Prague in the night. So don't just come for one day and leave in the evening, but stay there overnight and have a look at the city when it gets dark, because it's really beautiful, tremendously well lit. You can stand on the bridges and with lots of other people just admire how the city looks, how the castle looks. You will see a lot of people with tripods and taking pictures, and if you have one and want to do that, you can do that yourself. But it's really beautiful at night. And if you go by public transport, you can use the tram to go above ground and see a lot of things. But I also would advise you to use the subway, the underground. It's really deep because it has to go under the river. It's really deep. You have staircases that are really long, but some of the stations really look beautiful and are very special. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, I would like to ask you to support me and my channel. You can do that in several ways, and none of them involve any money. First, if you haven't done already, click the thumbs up button below and rate the video. Second, subscribe to my channel. This will help me grow the channel and reach more people. And if you've done that, also click the bell icon next to it so you get informed when I post new videos. The third thing is, please write a comment. If you have anything to ask, any questions, any additions, or anything to say about the video, please leave me a comment. There's a fourth thing. I have a Twitter and an Instagram channel. Links are in the description below. You can also subscribe there. I post some background information, some shooting images in there. There's a fifth thing, that I have some links in the description that lead to products that are related to this video, or that products that I use for filming. And last, if you think of any way that we can collaborate and do something together, then feel free to contact me and let's see what comes out of it. Thanks again for watching. Have a nice day.